My name is Jack Hovey. I'm a resident of Warwick. The commissioners have heard me testify in the past and know that I'm a psychologist, recently retired from Providence College, where, among other things, I taught a course on the impact of poverty on children and families. So I have a long-standing interest in this and know a good bit, as do the commissioners, on what happens to families in Rhode Island and elsewhere when utility rates go up. Tens of thousands of families in Rhode Island have their power shut off every year. Many of the people who have lost their power have come to this facility with representatives of the George Wiley Center and others to find a way to get their power turned back on. Some of us who have assisted the members of those families who have come here have spent some time, as we waited for the hearing, sitting with the children of those families. And we know that one of the things that happens with those families and those kids is that they have to go to other places, relatives, to take showers, baths, and the like. It's a burden. This increase of nearly 24% for electricity is going to exacerbate that burden. It's going to make the situation worse for more families, those who are on the edge, as previous speakers have noted here this morning. And so it begs the question, since this is the Public Utility Commission, has there been thought given to what can be done to mitigate the effect of this increase? Past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior, so with that, I think it's reasonable to expect that this increase, or nearly all of this increase, is going to be granted to National Grid. So the Public Utility Commission, I think, has a particular burden this time around with this size of the increase to have a commensurate consideration of what can be done to mitigate the effects of the increase. We know that the Henry Shelton Act did a lot to help families who had lost their power to get the power back on and to be able to meet the obligations of their bills. Something of that magnitude, I think, is needed here to deal with what is going to result from an increase of 23.6%. Putting that in real numbers, if you pay $100 for your electricity now, your electricity is going to cost you about $124. $24 a month is a substantial increase over a year, and for families who are making $16,000, $18,000, $20,000, it's going to be a huge burden. How did this happen? How did we get here all at once? Last year, there was ample natural gas. There is this year. Last year, we had the same infrastructure, and yet we didn't have to have a 24% increase. What happened? Where was the planning? National Grid is a very large company with able technicians. Have they seen this coming? And if they have, why has it all happened? Why is it unfolding now with this huge increase rather than over time? I wonder if any of the increase is going to go to profit.
Yeah! So much goes for this.
And if some of this is going to go to profit, it should be said. We hear a lot about how this has to be done for the reasons that have been given for improving the infrastructure. If there's anything sub rosa, we should know about it. It should be told. And the question should be asked by the media, and they should press and press until they get a straight answer about whether or not there is a profit incentive involved in this proposal. reason some people are opposed to the Keystone Pipeline coming down from the Santars of Canada to the Gulf of Mexico is we know that oil, when it gets to Texas, Louisiana, is going to go overseas. We're going to pass all of that product through the United States with the risk that's attendant to that. And when the oil gets to the southern part of the United States, it's going to get on a ship and it's going to go elsewhere. Is something like that going to happen here if we improve the infrastructure, increase the pipeline? Are we now going to have large ships in Fall River and large ships at Quonset transshipping natural gas out of the country and elsewhere, and that paid for in part by the consumers who are going to see this enormous increase? These questions should be addressed, should be answered straightforward. PUC should protect consumers. They are the Public Utility Commission, as I said, and the media has a responsibility to dig deep and not have the PR people standing in the back of the room, talking with them, presenting to them their point of view without being pressed hard on the matters that impact on the public. Thank you.